السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first video about chess, and this is going to be an introduction to chess playing. Here we're gonna talk about the chess for the advanced and for the beginners. So here we go. So here chess kings, in German Schachkönige, in Russian Schachmaty Karol. And here in our historical review, historischer Überblick und historistische Obzor. So the history of chess can be traced back nearly 1,500 years, although the earliest origins are uncertain. The earliest predecessor of the game probably originated in India before the 6th century AD. A minority of historians believe the game originated in China. From India, the game spread to Persia. When the Arabs conquered Persia, chess was taken up by the Muslim world and subsequently spread to southern Europe. In Europe, chess evolved into roughly its current form in the 15th century. So here, the real size recent reproductions of the 20th century Lewis chessmen. The top row shows the king, queen, and bishop. The bottom here, the knight, rook, and pawn. So here, chess is a two-player strategy board game played on a chessboard. So this is the chess board, a checkered game board with 64 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. So the total number are 64 squares arranged in an 8x8 grid. And here are the initial positions of the pieces. Each player begins with 16 pieces, 8 pawns, and here one king. So this is the king. The white king is always placed on the black square, and the black king on the white square. And always you have to know that your first right square has to be white. So if you sit here, you will find this is white and here is white. So each of 6 piece types moves differently. 2 rocks, this is the rock and this is the rock, and 2 bishops, 1 bishop and the second bishop, and the 2 knights. This is the 1 knight, the second knight, and always this your enemy has the same pieces, and 2 bishops, and 1 king and 1 queen, and 8 pawns. So the objective is to checkmate the opponent's king by placing it under an inescapable threat of capture. To this end, a player's pieces are used to attack and capture the opponent's pieces while supporting each other. In addition to checkmate, the game can be won by voluntary resignation of the opponent, which typically occurs when too much material is lost or checkmate appears unavoidable. A game can also, in several ways, end in a draw, and we're gonna talk about the draw cases later. So here, for the tournament boards, you have to know that the players can write their moves through the game, Here is A1, B1, C1 up to H1, and here is H1, 2, 3, G3. This square is F5. And the initial position, first row, rook, knight, bishop, queen, king, bishop, knight, and rook. Second row, pawns. Okay. Now the chess heroes, Shah Hildin or Geroy Shachmat. Geroy Shachmat. So Robert James, sorry, Robert James, Bobby Fischer, March 9, 1943, and he died on January 17, 2008. He was an American chess grandmaster and the 11th world chess champion. Many consider him to be the greatest chess player of all time. And there was a movie about chess playing, and its name is Finding or Searching for Bobby Fischer. And also here, Gary Kimovich Kasparov. He was born on April 13th, 1963. He is a Russian Croatian chess grandmaster, former world chess champion, writer, and political activist, whom many consider to be the greatest chess player of all time, like Bobby Fischer. From 1986 until his retirement in 2005, Kasparov was ranked world number one for 225 out of 228 months. His peak rating of 2,851 achieved in 1999 was the highest recorded until being surpassed by Magnus Carlsen in 2013. Kasparov also holds records for consecutive professional tournament victories and chess Oscars. And here Anatoly Yevgenyevich Karbov. He is a Russian chess grandmaster and former world champion. He was the official world champion from 1975 to 1985, when he was defeated by Garry Kasparov. He played 3 matches against Kasparov for the title from 1986 to 1990 before becoming a FIDE world champion once again after Kasparov broke away from FIDE in 1993. And here is the hero Sven Magnus Carlsen. Here is he's a Norwegian. He was born in on November 30, 1990. Is Norwegian chess grandmaster and the current world chess champion. A chess prodigy, Carlsen earned his grandmaster title at the age of 13 years and 148 days. In 2016, he defended his title against Sergei Karjakin. So here the chess piece is Shah Figurin, Shachmati Fug Figuri. The king Skunish und Skoral. Okay. Karol in Russian is Karol. Symbol is K. Every piece in chess has its symbol. So the king here is K, and its degree or grade is infinity, because this is invaluable and invariable piece. You have to defend your king, or if your king is captured, the game is over. So this is the king. Here the white king and the black king, and this is the king in the real battle. So the power of this piece, the king can move or capture one square in any direction, but he only can move by one square. He can move one square but there is something is called castling. We're gonna talk about castling later. So the king can move to any square marked with X, here or here or here or here. King cannot, and also here, 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 here. Okay, but he cannot, you cannot move this king to here or here or here. So here you can see on this board. So this is the black king and this is the white king. You can move your king here or here, 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 or here. So this is the original place. You cannot move your king at these at the rest of places or squares. You cannot move your king here or here. Okay, you only allowed to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this king is here, you only are allowed to move this piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also the black king. Okay. So the queen is Königin or Kralve Koroleva. Okay, gentlemen, I'm working on learning Russian, so I'm sorry if I say the Russian pronunciation not right. So you have to know how to speak English and German and Russian. So this is the Koroleva, symbol Q, and the degree is 9. So this is the queen, and here is the queen in the real battle. So the queen can move or capture as far as it wants. So this is the most powerful piece in this game, in any direction, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, unless it is obstructed by a piece belonging to either side. So here our queen can go anywhere. Okay, the queen can move to any square marked with X. And here too, this is queen can move to any square marked with an X, but it cannot move to the square occupied by its own rock. This is a white queen and this is a white rock, so you cannot move your queen here. Why? Because there is a rock of your enemy, of your army. Okay, so here this is a white queen and here's a black bishop. The black bishop is your enemy, so you can capture this piece. You can capture it by your queen. How can we do this? Suppose that we have here, this is a white queen. Suppose that we have here a black rock. We're going to talk about the rock. And also we have a black bishop. Okay, and also a black queen. That queen is here, and you have your king here. Sorry, your king is here. Okay, so and you this is your turn. You have to move you have to play now. So you are allowed to capture the bishop. Can we do this? Just this will be dead and you get here. You be here, okay? Or you can capture the rock and get its place. Or you can capture the queen and get in here. Okay, and you are not allowed to move here because this is your king. You cannot tell the king, please go away and I'm gonna get your place. No, this is not possible. Okay, so the king or pawn or any other piece that is related to your army, you cannot replace it. Okay, let's continue. So the rock طغم zamuk. Okay, symbol is R and degree 5. So two rock are more powerful than one queen. Here is the rock or the castle. It means the castle. It is a simulation for the castle in the real life. The rock can move or capture horizontally or vertically like the queen, but lacks the power to move diagonally. So you can move it from here to here, any square here or here. You cannot move it diagonally and diagonally, okay? So the rock also captures by removing the enemy piece and occupying its square. You can capture this black pawn and like this. How can we do this? Okay, suppose that you have here, this is an enemy bishop, so you can capture it by doing this. Okay, and you can, here this is dead, and so on. The bishop, episcopal, episcop, episcop, episcop. The symbol is B and the degree is 3/4. So this is the bishop, and here the bishop is an elephant, but you can ride the elephant with the arrow. You can capture your enemy by the arrow. Okay. So that's why the bishop is limited to diagonally moves only, or captures it. It cannot move horizontally or vertically. This is only can move diagonally in this cross. So if this bishop is on a white square from the beginning, you cannot move it to any black square. So this is the white square. This is a white bishop on a white square. Okay, it will be on the white square forever. The bishop's moves. So since the bishop can only move diagonally, it is confined to squares of the same color throughout the game. The bishop can capture any enemy piece within its moving range. So let's see. Suppose that we have here a pawn, a black pawn, a black pawn here. Okay, so you can capture this black pawn by making this. Okay, so what if this pawn is here or is here? You cannot capture it. Why? Because this bishop is located on a white square, so you are not allowed to move it or capture any piece that is located on a black square until. So what if the this pawn is moved here? So now you can capture it. Okay, you can capture it. by this. Okay, so to sum up, the bishop here, you are not allowed to capture it in this current situation. You have to be patient until it moves here and you can capture it. So the same way, if you have a bishop on the black square and here is a pawn of the enemy that is on a white square, you are not allowed to capture it. So if this is here, you can capture it. Also, if this moves to be here, you are not allowed to capture it, and if it is here, you are allowed to capture it. Very simple. So the knight Ghita or Reitzar, symbol, sorry, symbol is not B, sorry, and here is N, and its degree is 3. So this is the knight. Its degree is lower than the bishop by quarter. And here is the knight in the real battle. So this means that two bishops are more powerful than two knights, or one bishop is more powerful than one knight. The knight moves differently from any other piece. It is crooked move often confuses beginners. So I will describe it in 3 ways. This is not my words. I'm going to tell you the reference in the next couple of minutes. So the knight moves 2 squares, reached by going 2 squares vertically or horizontally and 1 square to the left or right. Okay, I know this. It seems that's complex. The knight moves to the 8 nearby squares. We're gonna talk about this. Gonna show here. So it's gonna be simple. So suppose that this is a black knight here. Okay, you only are allowed to move this knight. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Yes. Or 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 1, 2, 3. Yes. So here, to make it easier, let's get a white bishop or pawn or a white pawn. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 places you can capture any one of these pawns. So this piece is very powerful in the middle of the board. Okay, why it can it will be you can use all of its power. You can capture this pawn by 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, and so on, like what I said. Okay, so suppose that this knight is here. What are the pawns it can capture what? So 1, 2, 3, no pawn. So 1, 2, 3, yes. It can capture this. And 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, yes. So the pawns that can be captured are those. Okay? Only those. So what if this is here? It can capture nothing. And here it only can capture this. Here only can capture this and this. Here can capture this. And here, as you know, it can capture any one of them. Okay, so you have to choose the perfect position that will be good for this knight. This, or this. Okay. Just look. It looks like the L letter of the English. L. It moves like L. Okay. So the pawn bauer or B Shka, Peshka, Peshka. Symbol according to the board square's name. There is no symbol for the pawn. It gets its name from the name of the square that's located on. Degree is 1, so this is the degree 1. And here is the pawn in the real life, or this is the pawn. Okay, so sorry, this is weak. This is a very weak piece. So the pawn, unlike the other pieces, moves in one fashion, okay, and capture in another. Also, it can only advance, never retreat. The pawn moves forward, never backward, on one square at a time, as shown. However, when the pawn is on its original square, it has the option of advancing 1 or 2 squares on its first move. So what does this mean? You know, so let's take a look on the, okay. So let's, here we have 1 pawn, 2, 3. Okay. So this is the original place of this pawn. Okay, you can move it here or here. Okay, so if you have to play and you wanna move this pawn, you can move it here, or you can move it here in one kick. Okay, why? Because this is this pawn has not been moved yet. Okay, this is the first time to be moved, but also you cannot move it backward. Suppose that this pawn is here, you cannot move it here or here. So if this is the first move for this pawn, you can move it here or here. Then you can only move it one by one square, one, and then one. No 2 squares again. Okay. So what about capturing? This pawn cannot capture any piece that is located in his face. So if this is a piece, you cannot capture this knight. The knight is here. You cannot capture it. Here, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You can. You can. Okay. So you can capture this knight by this pawn, by making this. Okay, and then you wanna move this, you only move it like this, and then you can wait and move it like this, and so on. Here there is a pawn and here is a white pawn. You cannot move this pawn. You have, so what what will happen for this pawn? You have to wait that until this pawn it must be captured by you by any other piece, okay, and then you can move your pawn. That's why the pawn is very weak piece. Okay, thank you very much, and danke and spasiba. Okay, spasiba. Thank you very much. This is a very quick introduction to this game, or this very good game. And now I'm gonna tell you the book or the references. We have many references. I used Bobby Fischer teaches chess. You can get it. This is for beginners. Okay, I have to use this book, and here is the white, king, queen, two rocks, two bishops, and so on, like what I said, moving and capturing, and every move in details. Okay, and here's this chapter 1, elements of checkmate. We're going to talk about this in the next video, and here are the symbols. Okay, the black and the white, and the castling and the special moves, and up to get up till you get the checkmate. Also, there are another book. So logical chess, move by move. Also, you can find it and read it. These books are very good for you, for beginners and the advanced or the professionals. Also, Jeremy Soliman book course, the end game course. So reading is important, guidance is the key, and you will find here many moves and many I think that there is tricks. We're going to talk about the tricks, but after being a good beginner. Okay, also there is a book here, a comprehensive chess course. So there are many useful books in chess, but you have to watch any video or talk with someone who is professional in this game, and you're gonna love it. Trust me. And here's the this book is Revolutionize Your Chess by Viktor Moskalenko. The elements of the games and many good plays. Okay, you'll find here many examples. You can solve these examples and test yourself. Also here the chess strategy second edition. Edward Lasker is one of the good or one of the best players of chess. Find here. But I think this is an old book. Here is the board, and here is the knight, and it captures the red, and so on. You can read this book and learn, but you have to understand carefully the strategy of the chess. Chess is not to capture the piece of the enemy and that's it. No, it is a strategy game. You have to know which square is good for you and which square is not good, and this square is better than this square. So I'm gonna move my knight here, not here. Okay, this is more strategy. The strategy here is very good. So you have to learn and to watch many strategy games. Also on YouTube you can watch games or playings. So here, chess playing, we have to watch. This is chess between Thing Master Carlsen and Anand. You can watch these games, and please watch this video. Is very interesting. Thank you very much, and wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.